Museum of London Docklands, formerly known as Museum in Docklands, based in West India Quay, explains the history of the River Thames, the growth of Port of London and the dock's historical link to the Atlantic slave trade. The museum is part of the Museum of London and is jointly funded by the City of London Corporation and the Greater London Authority. The museum opened in 2003 in Grade I, listed early 19th century Georgian low sugar warehouses built in 1802 on the north side of West India Docks, a short walk from Canary Wharf. Much of the museum's collection is from the Museum and Archives of the Port of London Authority, which became part of the Port and River collections of the Museum of London in the 1970s. These were put into storage by the Museum of London in 1985. The museum includes videos presented by Tony Robinson, and it houses a large collection of historical artifacts, models, and pictures in 12 galleries and a children's gallery, Mudlarks, arranged over 2 floors. Visitors are directed through the displays in chronological order. The periods covered range from the first port on the Thames in Roman times to the closure of the central London docks in the 1970s and subsequent transformation of the area with commercial and residential developments. The Museum of London Docklands has a lecture theatre and meeting rooms and hosts talks and events connected with the docks. Several workers who worked on the docks in the 1960s take part in these events, including one from the Pentonville Five. The Reading Room and Sainsbury's Study Centre house the archives. The museum acquired several historic vessels for preservation over its existence. Among these were the tugboats Knocker White and Violet, both acquired in 1986. By the 2010s, the museum had decided to rationalize its collection of vessels. One was transferred to a local group, and another, the Way Barge Perseverance 4, to the National Trust. The last 2 vessels, Knocker White and Violet, were transferred to Trinity Buoy Wharf in November 2016. In 2007, the museum celebrated the bicentenary of the British abolition of slavery by opening a £14 million Heritage Lottery-funded exhibition entitled London, Sugar, Slavery About the Practice. In March 2016,
used their own model of London's port to train pilots in preparation for attacks. While London's dockers were busy loading ships, the Luftwaffe were loading a more sinister cargo. Saturday, the 7th of September, was another hot summer's day. Against the late afternoon sky, it was easy to mistake the silver glint of approaching planes for RAF maneuvers until the firestorm began. At about 5 p.m., the first of 400 Heinkel and Dornier bombers began their descent over London. Another 400 arrived around 8 p.m. to continue the attacks. Damage to the docks was devastating, and many lives were lost north and south of the river.